Gospel Gangsters was like the first Christian group to really embrace that West Coast like gangsta sound in the way that you did. And you guys were legit too because of your past. Like this was not a facade. So what was it like kicking in the doors of music the way you guys did?
You know what, man? It's funny that you like say that because coming to these two mic drops, the second mic drop I'm at now, that was like everybody was talking about that. And like I tell everybody, like I did PID and all them ups because, we was like following them dudes. They was like kicking in doors. We just, we came and mimicked what they did and, and did it the same. We feel like this is how the believer's supposed to do it. And bum rushing, a lot of times when we did what we did, we didn't even like really think about it. Like we wasn't like thinking about like, oh, we finna do it this way, man. We was just trying to do whatever the Father wanted us to do to see people change their lives. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, even right now, when people say, "Oh, remember this? You did this." I'll be like, "I don't remember, bro," because it's just like when you're in the midst of that, and God got you in the midst of that, nothing else matters. You know what I mean? So kicking in them doors, we just felt like this is what you're supposed to do, right? You're a believer. You're supposed to kick in doors. You're supposed to help people get born again. You're supposed to show people what God is like, right? And we just, for us, it was by any means necessary, bro. We didn't care if we had to sleep in the car for 3 days to go tell somebody, sleep in the truck. We didn't care if we had to go to the prisons. We didn't care. It didn't matter for us. You know what I'm saying? We was just like everybody that we know that's ever been in a situation like me solo and TikTok, like, jail, shootings, killings and mayhem and all that. If the Father can change us, He can change you. So that was our whole get in for the whole thing. Like, man, as many people we can let know about the Father, that's what we need to do. And that was a part of our bum rush mentality. Like, we don't care where we go. Like you said, we used to go a lot of places like we go to Chicago, places like that, Cabrini Greens, and people be like, "Don't go over there. It's bad over there." I was like, "Well, what God you serve?" Because that's where I'm gonna be at tomorrow. You know what I mean? So we did it fiercely, bro. We didn't have no fear. I still don't have none. I'll go anywhere, bro, and pronounce the name of the Father, bro. Jesus Christ lives forever, bro. And that's just how I go. Do or die, just like the album said. My mentality really don't change.
Dope, man. I love that answer. So with the commercial, I mean, you guys got a lot of commercial success and you got, cosigns from mainstream hip hop. Was that surprising?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was surprising because when you grow up in the hood, you grow up in the ghettos, you hear the Ice Cubes, you hear the Snoops, you hear the Dre's, you hear the Easy E's, you hear the Tupacs, you hear the KRS Ones, you hear those, and when you next to them and you've been listening to them forever, and then they look at you as a peer, it's a little different, but at the same time, when you talking about West Coast hip hop, most of them dudes is gangsters and they really from the streets. So like you said with us, it was a true story. So when you got somebody like, Coolio, and you got somebody like Corrupt, you got somebody like Snoop from Long Beach, you got all these dudes, that's where they from, and they see us and they look at us and they say, oh, them some solidified Crips and Bloods right there. They tuck us in like just like everybody else, like, oh, this is real. Because trust me, if you're in the music game and you're fake and you from the West Coast, somebody gonna tell the truth. So because that's how it is. It's gangsta on the West Coast. It either is or it ain't. So that was a blessing for us, like going in the spots that it was real and that they recognize the God in us and they recognize God, even though like some of them would tell us like, Chille baby, like, man, I know we all should be doing what you doing right now. We just caught up right here, but bro, we really know the real, So, and that's been a blessing to where some dudes that's out there in the industry, they might have didn't change their life, but just because I spoke the name of Jesus and Yahweh, just they seen it in another form, it made them want to at least get a little bit closer to me. So it's always a blessing just to shine that light, bro, no matter where I'm at.
Yeah, man. And something I've been asking everybody, when you look back at your career in music, whenever it's over, what would you want the legacy or the memory of Chille Baby, of Gospel Gangsters, to be?
Man, I would want the legacy to be that God used him to change so many lives, and um, be humble with it. You know what I mean? Because for us, when we got into it, it was about changing lives. So when I get out of it, it's gonna be the same about changing lives. You know, and I would want that to be our legacy, my legacy, that my music changed a lot of lives, you know, and helped a lot of people. You know what I mean? Because that's what we get into this for. You know, a lot of people, we didn't get into gospel rap for the money. But we got in for the money. We were being super duper chalupa rich. You feel me? But we didn't get in it for that. We got in it for the people. Gospel gangsters, we people, people's people, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why we be like E40, my weeples. You know what I'm saying? We people's people.
And you trim the beard? Is that what I'm
Nah,
seeing there?
nah, bro, it's
Tied
just
up?
tucked. It's just tucked like a buck, that's all.
Okay, I was about to say, do we got any like significance, any meaning behind this? But all right, you're still yourself, so everything's good.
Oh, bro, still myself, bro. Still my people, bro. I'm not gonna chiz ain't, bro. I believe that the Father make you procure you. He said we'll procure you people. So he make you who you are. You know, nobody else can make you who you are except him. So, you know, your boy, you know, I'm an XD boy, man, you know, that love the Father, bro. I'm an ex gangster. I ain't gonna never change, bro. I'm always populate, you know, this my thing, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I be telling them, y'all Tropolis, man, that means really, really big, man. God really, really big everywhere. So, you know, it's a lot of dudes out there that's like us. You got to think of hip hop, the swagger, the way we act, the way we talk. You know, you got dudes that's not born again that talk like that, got that swagger like that, that think. If I get born again now, I gotta put my shoulders up, and I got, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't hang loose, you know what I mean? But you know, the Father makes you who you are, bro. And that's how people around the world get born again, by everybody being their own person and having their own personalities. And whatever that lane that the Father wants them to run, they run that, bro. And in the midst of that lane, no matter who you are in life, God is going to run those people to you. He's going to bring those people to you that he wants to come to you, bro. And that's why we all procure you, bro. That's why we all our own. So Chille Baby would never change, bro. Gospel Gangster Campaign Republic to the death party.